Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, January the 29th here in 2019. Again, my name is Tammeron. I am here live on Facebook every Tuesday at 222. I'm a spiritual guide, the owner of Tammeron's Place, a retreat for spiritual growth. So this week, it is still me here in Northern Ontario. It's been pretty cold this last week. I must say, some mornings I woke up and it was minus 47 in the morning. It was even too cold for my dog to go out. I had to actually carry her around outside. So today it hasn't been that cold, but I've got a secret here in my mug, my tea, that I'm going to be sharing with you guys in just a minute. But I want to remind you that as my business is growing, that yes, people are able to connect with me. So remember, my website is still not up yet. So I'm using other alternatives. If you would like a private reading with me, just feel free to send me a private message. If you're seeing this on Facebook or if you're seeing this on YouTube, there will be a link below with an email that you can message me, which is guideforoils@gmail.com. So I encourage you to share these videos from YouTube. They're posted usually Tuesday night now. We've got on a schedule. I've got some people helping me. So some awesome things are already starting to manifest here in 2019. So this week, this reading today is going to be a little bit more specific to that for the energy for what we want to create for 2019. Again, I spoke about that last week on last week's video, as we look at our big vision. However, we've got we've got the new moon. I can't speak. It's the magic in my cup. We've got the new moon showing up early next week on Monday. So just before my next live video. So a lot of us are going to be stepping into that really powerful new moon. And we want to be ready. So this is why, again, each week, these videos and the questions that I'm obtaining advice from Spirit are no longer private questions. That's just for the private readings. However, each week, what I do is I decide what is actually happening astrologically so I can determine how you guys are feeling, including myself, and how to get advice from Spirit on how we can manage that by using the 2-card draw and by creating a remedy based on high-grade essential oils. So again, I'm keeping these videos shorter for you guys. If you would like to know which 3 high-grade essential oils that I'm recommending that you blend using in your diffusers each week, and also a roller ball to apply topically that could be pre-made by doterra. That is where you see the link below this video. And again, you can purchase that for $5. And then I give you an actual template, and it talks about, the emotional story that you might be feeling and how you're going to feel once you actually use these high-grade essential oils each week. So a lot of people are following my advice. They're getting a lot of results. They're feeling a lot more balanced. They're feeling like if they can handle these emotional shifts that are actually happening here on the planet, so that, you're not getting taken aback. And you can get up and function every day. A lot of people who follow me are entrepreneurs, all right? So you don't want to miss a day's work just because you're feeling just a little bit whacked. So that's why I created that for you. If you are a customer of mine, meaning you are purchasing doTERRA essential oils through me, you do not pay for that advice. Each week in Tammeron's Place membership, they receive that in their inbox on Mondays. They know what the recommendations are. And each week we work together collectively in my private membership group under Tammeron's Place. So if you have any questions or comments about that, again, flyers are just being finalized now about what you actually receive as a member of Tammeron's Place, because there's a lot of perks for you guys. That's free. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I see a lot of people who are purchasing doTERRA essential oils and they're still very confused on how to use them, because they are very powerful to help us balance our emotions. However, if you're not taught properly, or if you don't have an upline leader, someone that has this background or knowledge, then you don't have access to that. So I have over 20 years experience with this, holistic modalities inside my membership. I show you guys all my my awards and my certificates so that you understand where you're getting the knowledge from. So again, that is free. If you're purchasing your essential oils from someone else, yes, you can still be in someone else's business. You can still buy your oils from someone else. However, for $36 a month only, you get access to being a member at Tammeron's Place, and you get access to all this free knowledge. And also, there are some additional perks to being a member. One of them is that when we have any upcoming courses or challenges, anything coming up in Tammeron's Place, you get a massive discount. So for example, some of the courses we have running in February, if you are a non-member, the price is $296 Canadian. If you are a member, it's $96. Also, once you've taken a course or you are a member of Tammeron's Place, then you can become an affiliate. So if you see someone who you feel might benefit from some of the courses or some of the things that I'm offering, you receive 30% back in affiliate commissions. It's like, you know, you're spreading knowledge, and we're creating a wonderful supportive community. It's an online group. So that's all happening next month, starting in February. So again, here we go. We're going to go back to this, and just remember, I will check once I, in little stages of this, if you guys have any questions or comments on what's coming through, because remember, I'm a spiritual guide. I'm channeling the information. This is not pre-thought out. It's just the questions that are pre-thought out. So feel free to comment here, or you can message me privately afterwards as well. All right, so here we go, because these are new things for 2019. So each week I love to share with you guys, what tea it is that I'm drinking, because again, I'm someone who believes in using nature to change our vibrational energy. And we can do that through diet. We can do it through yoga. We can do it through meditation, and also using the high grade essential oils and so on and so forth, right? Because these are holistic modalities. So being cold right now, and again, trying to stay warm and keep my immune system really strong, I am a firm believer in making medicinal teas from herbs that actually come from the local area in which you live. All right. So it's awesome that we can, go on the internet, we can buy products that come from, all over the world. And yes, they're beneficial. However, your vibrational energy matches where it is you live. And I honestly believe that everywhere in the world, there is medicine right outside your door. So for example, today I'm actually drinking a medicinal tea. It's a medicinal mushroom tea made with chaga. That's the #1 ingredient that I have in here is chaga tea. It comes from birch trees. So it's on my property, right out here in the woods. So you learn how to brew it. Again, these are some of the techniques and the recipes you learn as a member of Tammeron's Place. So I've got chaga in here. I've also added 2 other medicinal mushrooms that, again, it's so I can enhance my immune system. They're not local to Northern Ontario, but I do have reishi mushroom in here that I break up into chunks, and also another tree bark called podarco. Now, a lot of these medicinal mushrooms are actually anti-tumor. All right, so it means it prevents the growth of any form of tumor, yeast, anything in the body. So I drink it as prevention. And what I also do is, just as I'm pouring it into my cup, I add 1 drop of peppermint essential oil from doterra, because doterra is so pure, CPTG grade. So what peppermint does, actually, it opens the airways, it opens the chest. But peppermint, you have to understand that the energies behind some medicinal plants, peppermint is like a driver, right? So what that means is, I'm going to put my teacup down, is that it opens the airways. So whatever is coming into the body next and getting into the bloodstream, the airways in our blood, the cells are open. So whatever you put in next, it opens so that it can be absorbed. All right. So this is another reason why a lot of times I actually add peppermint to a lot of my desserts, my recipes, my smoothies, that kind of stuff. It helps with digestion, helps keep the airways open. And actually, one of my favorite things to do with peppermint is to actually just put 1 drop in my hand, especially if you're really sluggish in the morning or you're congested, you have some stuffy sinuses, just put that drop in there, rub it in your hands, inhale it. and inhale it deeply so it opens the brain, opens the mind. It's powerful for meditation. So great way to open. And if you just feel a little bit sluggish throughout the day, put a couple of drops behind your neck and inhale it in your hand. So it's one of the secrets, all right? Peppermint, I love it, and extremely affordable, all right? So here we go. That's what's in my tea for all of you guys today. So we're gonna do our reading. Again, each week I like to share with you whose deck I'm using this year for 2019. I've switched to Colette Baron-Reid's deck, The Wisdom of Avalon. These are oracle decks. Again, I use oracle decks in these readings. I call my show Tea and Tarot with Tammeron, well, just because it rhymes, and it's Tuesday at 222. So how fun is that? So this year, this is the deck that I'm using so far, okay? Powerful deck. I love it. So we're going to get advice from Spirit on how to create and feel a sensation of wholeness and acceptance to complete this final stage of some of these lessons and powerful cycles that a lot of us have been going through, not just for last year, but last year was final, like that deep detox. You know, it's like we had to clear the stuff out of our life. We had to get rid of people that no longer served us. We had to get out of situations that just didn't align with us anymore. Some people are moving. Some people are getting out of relationships. And I just want to remind you guys, it's all okay. It is truly all okay, because you are going through a cycle in your life, all right? And we're all going through this together. However, if we get stuck in constantly thinking and asking why, then you're never going to move out of that, because there were some deep spiritual lessons that a lot of people had to move through so that they could be ready for the next stage in their life. So I just want to encourage you, if you feel stuck a lot, it's the change the way you thinking. So I just pulled two cards from Colette Baron-Reid's deck. So let's share with that. The first card that came up, again, these are all read with just one message. It came up as the eagle. So this is the challenge that Spirit is telling us. And I will read it to you so that in case you cannot see the words on here, the eagle represents spirit, integrity, in connection to the angelic realm. So how awesome is that? I'm going to get back and I'm going to explain this card in a minute. The action step first from Spirit is we're getting a message from the wasp, meaning we need to learn how to release any anger, retaliation, or jealousy. That's a powerful card. That's a really powerful card. And me personally, I'm someone who had to work on releasing anger and retaliation. So I'm going to share that with you in just a moment, but let's get back to the reading. So what is Spirit trying to say to us is, this is the challenge that, we have to connect with ourselves on a deeper level through power, prayer, meditation, connecting through Spirit. And this is how we learn how to manage some of these situations in our life. And I am no stranger to learning the power of meditation, yoga, just give you an example here, journaling, that kind of stuff, because it's a time that I set aside for myself every day now before I get out and I speak to anybody, before I work with someone, before I actually leave my house. I've created this time frame in my day that first thing in the morning, I connect to myself. I build that spiritual relationship, and, I think about what it is that I need to get done today. And I ask Spirit, this is my goal. This is what I want. What do I want to accomplish today? And by holding that space, and I'm going to use a circle for you guys, by holding that space, that thought, that prayer inside of a circle, and I actually trust how the universe is going to send that back to me because I'm sending out that prayer. What's actually happening is I trust the process of who I meet, who I talk to, what happens during that day. All right. So again, some things have to line up in sequence, but the more I begin to trust the process, the less anxiety that I have about when and how it's going to show up. All right. And what I'm realizing is there are a lot of people that don't have this connection of trust of trusting what happens and trusting the process. And when we begin to do this, life is going to seem a little bit more calmer, because you got to remember, magic happens. People show up in your life. I think it's about destiny. I honestly believe in fate, when you're meant to be around those people. But sometimes we got to clear our own stuff in order to create that, to allow that magic to happen. So this card is telling us the action step, right? So how, if we are in this final stage and we truly want that abundance, we truly want to manifest that big goal, what Spirit is saying is that make sure we no longer have any anger, feelings of retaliation, or jealousy within us, because the opposite of that is the love and the abundance, right? So here's a trick that I've learned, and there's so many people that have written about this. You can look at the Ho'oponopono prayer, and that Byron Katie's work. I mean, there's so many spiritual teachers. They're just giving you a different tool to use, but it's getting the same result. So, you know, again, sometimes I think about something that someone did to me, say last year, and I'm like, God, I keep thinking about that. I have to release it. So sometimes I get stuck in it. So I have to remember that the best way to clear anything that has happened in our life, to break that cycle of retaliation, jealousy, anger, is to send love back. It's the karmic cycle of what we put out there, we receive back. Not worrying how it's going to get solved, what's going to happen, you know, wanting a big vision, maybe something else slides into your life that actually creates that vision, right? Because you had to let go of something. Too many of us, including myself, have been caught in trying to control how we think it's going to show up, all right? So the fastest way to do this is to just send love. Just keep sending prayers. Just keep thinking that no matter what that person did to you, that you pray that, you know, you're sending them love, and that love is going to help them to understand why they did what they did, and you can carry on, all right? Because that's the fastest way to change anything. Is it easy to do? Sometimes no. But when we learn how to do this and we practice doing this more often than not, remember that mantra, what we focus on expands. So if we focus on sending more love back, we get more love in return, all right? Without trying to, you don't ever want to visualize someone suffering, because you get that back. All right. So our mind is very, very powerful. And that is what I feel like this reading today is all about, is to remind you, to remind myself, because remember, these messages are for me too, is that it's what we think about is what we attract. And in order to change what it is we want to manifest, we have to do it in that realm that we cannot see. And that is the mind. I don't mean the brain, I mean the mind. And the mind becomes much more powerful with our emotions. And this is why I keep reminding people each week to start learning how to use your high-grade essential oils, because if you include them in your lifestyle every day, whether it's in your diet, whether it's in, what you're drinking, whether you're applying them topically, putting them in a diffuser, your vibrational energy is going to change, because they are so powerful. They actually begin to change and shift you to a different emotion. And that in the result is it's a vibrational energy. So they are very powerful. They are extremely affordable for people, and you just have to learn how to use them. So again, this is why I'm encouraging you, if you are listening to this or someone has shared this video with you and you would like to learn more in a very safe and fun community in my online group, Tammeron's Place, please connect with me. It's $36 a month Canadian. It's annually $300 throughout the summer. In the month of December, we reduce what I'm doing in there as far as teaching courses and classes. However, there's a lot of fun and inspirational stories happening throughout those times of year when our kids are out of school, all right? Because it's based on a school schedule. All right, so I'm really excited about that. I hope you found this useful. If you have, please comment below, please share. And after today, this is on Facebook, I will post what I have upcoming next week. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. I will post the flyer below. And if this is on YouTube, you're going to see it in the link description. So in my meditations, I want to share this with you guys. Again, I meditate every day. And I like to run what I call challenges. So 28 days of this. Everything I do is about the moon. And this is why I have a lot of events, and my retreats coming up are all on specific times. And this is another reason why I'm diving deeper into personally studying astrology this year, so that some of the things that I want to offer people, I can do that based on astrology. So I need to have that knowledge myself first. And I have a project that I'm working on, and so I need to have a deeper knowledge of the astrology. However, right now for February, a lot of people that I've been talking to right now are really suffering with time management in their business and about personal time management. So managing themselves first before they step out to go and to be of service to somebody else. Because if you're an entrepreneur, you're out there serving others. And I keep having conversations and revisiting an experience that I had back in 1999, 2000, when I was actually suicidal and suffering from depression and anxiety. Now, at that time, I didn't know anything about holistic health. I honestly believe that that was my spiritual awakening. I honestly believe that any health challenge we have, whether it's physical or emotional, right, that it's an opportunity for us to completely change the way we're living. And so for me, that was the door that completely changed my life. And I dove deep into wanting to learn about holistic health, because at that time I was allergic to medication. So I had to, bow down to never finding results, or to learn something completely different. And luckily for me, that same day, someone actually approached me, completely changed my whole life. I became a certified health coach, and I just kept studying. All right. So now, I've gone so deep into yoga and to meditation that I can be in a safe space to offer advice for people, because again, it's not coming from me. I'm channeling that information. I feel confident in what it is that I channel, that I can serve other people. However, I just keep having this conversation. So for me, when something keeps showing up and sitting on my shoulder, or I keep hearing it, it's a message to me to offer this to someone else. And I know a lot of us got our butt kicked last year in 2019. A lot of us went through some huge financial and relationship challenges in our life. So we're having to redo things. We're having to find different ways to manage our money. We're having to connect with people. We're having to find free stuff like never before. However, I feel it's what it's doing is creating these beautiful communities, and people are now like lining up with who they need to be with right now. So my intuition is telling me to offer something for a 28-day challenge that is going to start on Monday, February the 4th. Why? Because it's the new moon. All right, we're going to step into something new. So it's a 28-day challenge where I'm going to share 4 keys with you guys on how to start managing your personal time, managing your energy. So this will take you between 20 and 30 minutes per day. You may not do it all at once. However, by the end of the 28 days, I guarantee something will have shifted in your personal life on what you attract, because we're going to start your day and I'm going to teach you some tricks on some mind power stuff. All right. So it's a lot of fun. It's not heavy stuff, but it's pretty much what I always talk about when anybody joins my programs. It's always the first thing after my welcome message to people. It's powerful stuff. People always say to me, "You changed my life." And then they go on and they do whatever. But again, it's always the same message. So I'm offering it for $22 Canadian. All right, here we go. The 222. We start on Monday. All right, so if you connect with me or you share this, the flyers are going to be finished up in the next couple of days. However, I'll put the link below where you can make a purchase. It'll give you a description. There's lots of fun stuff we're going to do. It's not going to take a lot of time. And as a free gift for everyone joining, you're going to get this spiral bound 100-page journal from me. It's a guided journal. It's what I use every week on Monday inside of my membership group, where we call it Magic Mondays. All right. So people begin to start manifesting what it is they want, because we're using the power of prayer, the power of sending your prayers out into the universe, and we're collectively using our energy together in the group to help magnify each of us. All right. That's the power of community and the power of people. So if we're all putting our energy together and we're all kind of asking the same questions, it's this beautiful, powerful energy. So you will get this free when you join the 28-day challenge. It's 100 pages. It will most likely last you a year to 2 years. If you write in here once a week, it's going to last you 2 years. All right, you might want to read in it more. I have created another video about the power of journaling, the magic of journaling, pardon me, in regards to this. I give it as a freebie for a lot of things. So this is a free gift, value of $40 Canadian, which I had them printed in Canada. They weren't cheap. And so it's my gift to you to be a part of the program, and I will mail them out to you. All right. So again, $22 for a 28-day challenge with me. 4 secrets to help create a more fulfilling life for you guys when you begin to learn how to manage your own energy first. Okay, so connect with me. I hope you enjoyed this. I was a little bit long again this week, but again, I'm super excited about everything that's happening here in 2019. The membership is going to start going. Finally, all of my ideas and everything I had to really play around with last year are actually making more sense for me this year. And I love to just have everything at different price points for people so that you can begin and you can do something that is affordable, so it can be great for college, university students as well. A lot of the younger generation are really struggling right now. There's a lot of empathic young adults out there that are highly sensitive to energy. They don't really understand what's happening, and so I would love to connect with them to really teach them how to manage this energy and to use it in a more effective way so that you can actually create the life that you really want, because we are in a different realm right now. The way we are managing ourselves in this day and time is not the same as when we grew up, and it certainly is not the same way that our parents grew up. They were in survival mode. So we are in a very different energy right now. So thank you for joining. Again, post any comments below. I see people are on here live, but nobody's had any questions. So that is awesome. I will let you go, and remember to join me here live again next week on Tuesday at 222. We'll be just coming out of that energy of the new moon. So again, tips, you can get the PDF form for $5. I will give you the recommendation for the oils that I recommend you use, and stay in alignment, you know, because we're in a magical energy right now. So the next few days, you just might be meeting some people in life that maybe you were just meant to collide with and to have more business opportunities with, or even be in an amazing, beautiful personal relationship. Cheers. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.